Hey everybody, it's Beth. Welcome to Infinite Garden. Fall is in the air, and I've been thinking about what is missing from my closet as we head into the fall and winter season, and I've put together a list of 6 things that are my top items that I'm on the prowl for as I shop this season. If that sounds interesting to you, please stay tuned. I thought it might be helpful first to start with some shopping context for me. All of us have different budgets and tastes and needs, so I thought I would share what mine were. First, I have a full-time job and our dress code is business formal. This means that this particular detail drives a lot of my budget spending since business formal clothes can tend to be costly, and I've gotten very good at finding brands that offer this type of clothing style without breaking the bank. I also deliberately set a budget for my shopping. If I don't do this, I can go way overboard on spending on clothes. I've learned this about myself over the years. And if I pinch down too hard, then I feel like I'm depriving myself. So I have established a set budget for myself. I have money directly deposited from my paycheck into a separate account just for this type of expenditure. So whatever I have in there is what I have to spend. This makes me think twice about big splurges. And I never ever go into debt for clothes or for fashion items. I also take really good care of my clothes for a very long time. If you do go through my closet, there are items that are up to 10, even older, 10 years old, that I'm still wearing and I'm taking good care of, either through hand washing or sometimes dry cleaning if that's what the garment requires. But in any case, the way I store them and generally wear them, I'm trying to preserve their longevity. My primary style aesthetic that I'm looking for is what is sometimes called American classic, sometimes somewhat preppy, but not necessarily straight up country club, but I always with a feminine emphasis. And then my secondary style is sometimes minimalist or edgy. I don't mind a little bit of a rock and roll look or like a downtown Manhattan vibe as well. That's something I'm very comfortable with as well. And I am very much interested in quality pieces. Again, I tend to take good care of my clothes. I keep them for a long time, so I would rather buy something that's maybe a little bit more expensive of very high quality. But I dislike obvious brand markers. I try to minimize how many brands are visible when you look at me. It's not something that I like doing, and I will pass on an item with an obvious brand marker. Small maker's marks are acceptable to me. Another way of saying this is that my style ethos is that I am more interested in clothes than fashion necessarily. I'm very interested in fashion, but I am less interested in some of the drama surrounding it than I am in who's making really great clothes. And that's really where my focus is. So I will definitely switch loyalty if I think a new designer for a house is not making great clothes anymore. I will move away from a brand, even if that brand still has a great cachet. As far as my wardrobe goes, I have the scale showing from minimalist to maximalist, and I'm defining those as minimalist as somebody with a capsule wardrobe of fewer than 30 items total in their closet, and a maximalist might be somebody who's converted a bedroom in their home into a walk-in closet that's stacked full of different options for shoes and purses. I have no judgment about either one of these choices, but I tend to fall not in the middle of those two, but in the middle between, I think, middle way and minimalist. I have a relatively limited wardrobe. I care very much about a limited color palette and being able to cross and mix and match. And I will, go without buying something before I buy something that is so average or, too trendy to last more than a couple of years. Finally, my shopping style. I tend to do what I call prowl and strike. If I get my mind set on wanting a particular item, I will search for it until I find it, and I can be very, very patient. I don't mind waiting for just the right thing, and when I find it, I will strike and buy it. So given all of that, what am I prowling for? Right now, I have 6 kind of categories of item that I have my eye on, that I want to add to my closet, and that I am out there scanning the horizon for. Number 1 is the loafer. In the 90s, when I was in high school, I actually sold shoes at the mall during the height of like a chunky loafer sort of fashion statement. I loved them then. I had a whole collection of them. It was very sad to see them go, and I've missed them ever since. In 2017, I saw the movie The Post with Meryl Streep, and in the end of the film, her character kind of comes into her power, and they partly express this by showing her in an outfit with these high-heeled loafers. That's a great movie. I saw it. I really liked it. I'm kind of ashamed to say what I took away from it primarily were how beautiful these shoes were and how badly I wanted a pair. This was 2017, and I've been on the prowl for them ever since, and they just haven't really been back in style. My moment has come. It is now, and there are a million options of high-heeled and flat loafers right now from designers, and I am kind of lapping it up and trying to find the piece that is best for me. This is an example of when I might be willing to shell out for designer for something because I want a super high quality pair of shoes with incredible styling that I can wear for up to 10 years. And so in this case, I might not want to go with a lower priced item that might wear out in a year or two. My primary desire is for this pair of platform loafers from Versace. These are amazing. I'm unlikely to buy them because they are so impractical, but the part of me that loves art and loves design is absolutely over the moon for these Versace shoes with that Medusa medallion right on the front there. These are fantastic. Again, I'm unlikely to buy these, but I love them, and I wanted to share them with you to show kind of what's right now in vogue. Some other options that are out there right now also from other designers that are really fun to look at are these here. Here's a really great kind of, ultimately it'll feel like a flat loafer, but with this very high platform on the front and back. I also love the Drie Van Noten pair right here. This is the pair I think I love the most and would be most likely to buy. I found these on the Saks app, and they don't even have the price listed, and there's one pair in a size half above my own. So I don't know if that's going to come through for me, but I'm going to go and try to find these and see if I can try on the pair and find the right size. This is about as close to what I'm looking for as I've seen so far. Something I can wear to work, something that looks very high quality and could last a long time. I also really like these wood-soled loafers from Chloe. I think these are gorgeous. It's a little casual for me to wear to work, but I think maybe I could get away with it too. But I really love how these look. There are also wonderful options for flat loafers, which I'm in the market for as well. So I think I'm going to be ultimately shelling out for both a high-heeled loafer and a flat loafer since the moment is here and I could really get something beautiful. From Roger Vivier, this is the same loafer in two shades, white or a bone color and black. I think they're both really useful. I would get more use out of a black one, but I can also see that the white one could be useful in other seasons. There's also this really nice one from Ferragamo. This is menswear inspired for sure. It looks like something that would be beautiful with a tuxedo. I really like this particular option. Coming down a little bit on the price scale, here are some other options that are out there. The Valentino Garavani is a really cute patent one with this sort of pyramid detail at the top. I think those are really cute. Stout has a pair here in this brown, which I can find somewhat unwearable for me personally, but I really do think that's a nice color for someone looking for that. And then C by Chloe has this soft loafer with a buckle. Those are all very nice too. Just to show you what a hole I have in my collection, this is a type of shoe I have been dying to get my hands on, and I have really only two pairs in my closet. I have a pair from Naturalizer, which is an extremely affordable and pretty comfortable brand. I buy Naturalizer still to this day. That was the brand I sold when I was in high school. I still buy Naturalizers when I'm looking for a pair of shoes that I can wear hard, that are comfortable, and can't be precious. This isn't a shoe that I wear to special occasions, but I'll wear it, a couple times in a week, especially if I know I have to be walking. But again, it's not a super high quality shoe, but it's maybe medium quality. And then I have a kind of special pair from Anne Fontaine. You can see it has this gold detail on the heel. This is a shoe I have worn to work a couple of times, but I'm more likely to wear this to a special event. And you can see there's like a natural leather and then a suede leather on the top. It's a good shoe, but I still feel like I have a hole in my wardrobe where a really beautifully well-made pair of shoes that would work in my business formal environment could fit. So that is my number one priority for this fall, is finding my dream pair of loafers. Next is a STURDY-LUXE work tote. Now, just personally, I'm not a handbag person. Every time I have to buy a handbag, I feel like I have an existential crisis. I like a really high quality bag. I like good design. I don't like a lot of brand marking, and I don't want to be extorted for my dollar. So I have a really hard time finding bags that check all of those boxes. My most desired tote that I've seen so far is this large mailbox bag from Longchamp. Now, Longchamp sort of fits that middle road for me, where it's, you know, a super high quality bag. If you buy kind of on the upper end of their line, their bags can last 10 to 20 years, which is what I'm looking for. And they have very discreet branding, which I like a lot. So that's kind of my sweet spot. They're not inexpensive, but they certainly don't push the upper end of the price point the way some other brands do. So I think this might be the one. I'd like to be able to slide my laptop into the bag and have it not overstress it. Right now I'm using a Shinola leather tote, which I love, but I feel like when I really cram it full of my laptop and everything else I need, I think I'm maxing out its carrying capacity and I might be damaging it, which I don't want to do because that's a great tote and I want to keep it as long as possible. I don't want to wreck it because I'm overusing it. So I need something a little sturdier. If I don't go for this, still at Longchamp, they've got another purse that's about half the price of this mailbox. And this is, I forgot what this one's actually called, but this is another tote that they offer that's about half the cost. It's a nice one, but I have bought Longchamp's more mid-range quality bags before, and I have noticed a difference. So I feel like sometimes when you do save a little money, but you sacrifice quality, you've ultimately, you know, wasted more money because you're not getting what you want and you've still spent it. You know, I'm very careful about that. I've learned the hard way a few times in life. The divide between wanting high quality items and being kind of inherently frugal has always kind of come to a unsatisfactory nexus when it comes to handbag shopping. Does anyone else feel this way? I'd love to hear from you. I'm sure a lot of you love handbags. I just never have gotten into handbags that much. I have a couple of nice ones, but I generally try to go with like low-key, unbranded, relatively high quality bags, and they're just almost impossible to find. Something I'm looking for this season and every season that exists is a great day dress. Again, because I have a business formal work code, sometimes the most appropriate thing to wear is a blazer, and sometimes you can get by with a high quality tailored dress that stands on its own and still speaks in the vernacular of that particular dress code. And one brand that I have found, my closet's actually full of dresses from this brand, is The Fold. It's a London-based brand. I found them through my Instagram algorithm, and one time, a couple years ago when we were visiting London, I actually stopped in their store and tried on clothes that I'd been looking at just to see what my size is, because they do use UK sizing. I figured out what my size was, and I've been kind of off and running with this brand since then. This particular dress is made in what they call their clever crepe, and I have a few dresses in this material. What's great about this material is that you can care for it at home. You can take these dresses when you're done wearing them and turn them inside out, put them in a large garment bag and wash them on delicate, and then lay them flat, and they launder beautifully, which is really good. So this is the type of dress I would buy and wear over and over again in my workplace. I think with a scarf or a necklace, or even on its own, just like this, I think it stands on its own. This is something that I would be willing to buy now and wear for 10 years going forward. And I love that it's in this like beautiful kind of slate navy color. So this is the one I think I'm most likely to buy. But I wanted to share some aspirational dresses that are out there too. Now, both of these dresses I'm showing here are over $1,000 a piece, so I'm unlikely to buy either one of these dresses, but I wanted to look at them and share what I like about them and what I hope we'll see coming through in other price points in the market. The Ulta Zara dress is denim with this, they're showing it with this skinny belt. I love this dress. I love the idea of a dark rinse denim shirt dress. I feel like this could be worn just about anywhere. I don't know that I would wear this to the office because it's a denim garment, but maybe I'd have to see it. But I love the construction of it. I love the collar and the sleeves, and I love the crispness and simplicity of it. I'm hoping I see a lot more dresses just like this available across the market type. This other print dress here from Layla Rose is really beautiful. This is a dress that, to me, just looking at the picture, seems like something that could be worn in many different types of contexts, including the office, but it could also be a nice dress to wear out for dinner or to some sort of other event. I think it's beautiful, and I think if you were to purchase a dress like this, or if I were to purchase a dress like this, it would stay in my closet for 10 years and I would wear it again and again. So these are both very beautiful. They also inspired me to think about getting my sewing machine out, because these also seem like dresses I might be able to sew myself. Not sure if anybody out there is also sewing, but I love to look at designer clothes, even if I think they're outside of my budget, just to get inspiration, to get a sense of where things are going. And I really love both of these dresses. Another thing I don't have even one of in my closet is a geometric print scarf. I really like to wear scarves, but almost everything in my wardrobe is floral or is some sort of kind of fluid pattern. And what I'm seeing right now are a lot of really sharp geometric shapes, and I'm very interested in those right now. So one of the first ones that I saw that I fell in love with is this Casablanca. This is a smaller, I think it's 14 inches by 14 inches. I love it. It kind of looks like a pack of cigarettes, but it's saying that it's a Grand Prix item. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I can't stop looking at it, and I can't stop imagining it, you know, folded in a triangle and then turned into something you could wrap in your hair, and how cute that white and red diamond pattern could look as tied up in your hair. I just think this is adorable. Will I buy it? I'm not sure, but I really love it. I think it's kind of cheeky and unusual, and I like the energy of this particular scarf. A couple more that are very interesting to me are these here. The one from Burberry, you can see that it does have the Burberry logo in it, but in a scarf, sometimes it's easier to conceal that so it's not so obvious. I love the gray and black and gold and white in this. I love the color palette. I think this would look really beautiful tied up in the hair as well. So this one is interesting to me. This one from Acris is much larger. This is something that you would wear around your neck and is quite voluminous. I think it's incredibly beautiful, and the watercolor nature of it with the black and white is very interesting. I haven't seen anything like that for some time, and I think it looks really beautifully achieved. And then this is a twill scarf from St. John. I like the color palette, and I like just the simple squares. It's a high quality silk. And what's nice about the St. John brand is that you're getting a high quality silk twill scarf for about half the price as some other brands that maybe are more in vogue with other folks, whoever that may be, but they're not necessarily any higher quality. So I think sometimes it's good to look at other designer brands that offer high quality items. Sometimes some of their items are better priced. So this St. John scarf I think is very beautiful. I love the burgundy and the pink with the cream. I am always and forever on the prowl for a V-neck sweater. The last few years, a high quality, simple V-neck sweater has been very hard to find. Everything got kind of like cartoony, and there were a lot of novelty items on things, and everything looked temporary and very flashy, and I kind of checked out for a while on V-neck sweaters, even though I'm always in the market. This year it seems like there's a lot on offer. One I most desire is from Acris Punto. I love this blue color. This is the color I have recently learned works well on me. It's been a color that's been entering my wardrobe more now that I'm letting my gray hair grow out. I think it looks fantastic with my silver hair. And I know that Acris's knitwear tends to be very high quality, so I have one Acris sweater that is, again, I bought it over 10 years ago. I'm still wearing it. This is cashmere, and I like that it seems to have some construction around the V-neck that extends down. I like that it's somewhat voluminous. I like the long cuff on the sleeve. It just looks like a perfect V-neck sweater in a very beautiful color. So this is the one I'm most interested in. I will be kind of stalking this one for a while to see how it goes. Other examples of sweaters that are out there on the market right now that caught my eye. Here's a beautiful burgundy one from St. John. It looks like it's in the same color palette as the scarf I showed earlier. This looks very beautiful. I have a long tunicky sweater in this color from Vince That's cashmere that I've had now for I don't know how long, but I think it was designed more to wear with skinny jeans. So it's, you know, I think our silhouettes have been changing. I know we're moving away from skinny jeans. So I'm seeing that the sweaters are less about volume to cover over skinny jeans and more, they're coming up shorter around the waist to allow for some more pants construction, which I'm looking forward to. I don't mind that at all. This next one from Mage, I think it's Mage is how I pronounce it. This is a pretty gray V-neck. I like that it has a V on the back as well. I think that can be very pretty to wear. So I think that one is interesting. This is a pale gray kind of open work piece from Theory. This one is more casual. I couldn't maybe wear this sweater to work, but it would look fantastic with a pair of jeans, maybe with a cute pleated skirt as well. And then this, you know, lavender short sleeve sweater from Kate is really ideal for me. I love the deep V. I love this heathered lavender color, and I like the construction. This is something I could wear all day, every day, any day of the week, including to work with a pair of pants and a blazer, or with a skirt and a blazer. This is fabulous. So I really like this one as well. Finally, the last thing that I'm in the market for is a pretty blouse. I love pretty blouses, and what I've noticed now is that blouses today seem very different from the ones that have been on offer for the last 5 years or so. And I'm looking at the blouses in my closet thinking that they no longer seem like they're aligned with where fashion is going, and I might want to add a new version of a pretty blouse to my wardrobe. So the one I most desire is this Venetian pink lace collared blouse from Valentino. It is to die for. I saw this and I immediately imagined this shirt, this blouse paired with a pantsuit, a really gorgeous like tuxedo pantsuit with your hair up. Oh my God, I think this is so beautiful. It's almost sold out. I don't expect to add this one to my closet, but I love the direction that we're going. You can see I do love lace. I'm wearing a lace shirt today, but what makes this one different is that it has a traditional menswear collar, which I think is fresh and great, and I'm very interested in adding something like this to my wardrobe. Other examples from designers that are out there now that I think are very beautiful. This is a midnight blue blouse from Oscar de la Renta. I love this as a special occasion piece. They have it paired with trousers if you have to go to a special occasion event and don't want to wear a dress. I think this blouse is incredible paired with these pants. I love how constructed the collar is, and this deep blue color. I also like the blouse sleeves that come down to a controlled endpoint. I think it's a nice departure from the bell sleeves that we've seen a few years. I totally fell victim to the bell sleeve. I bought a few of those, and I just don't think they're wearable right now, and they always wind up, you know, the bell sleeve always winds up in the soup, at least if you're me. So I am happy to see those go away, and I like that this is a voluminous sleeve with a nice controlled wrist cuff. I love this this print blouse from Chloe. It's like the paper when you get an old book and it has like the Italian paper on the inside. That's what this print recalls. I think it's really beautiful and would be fantastic under a sweater or under a blazer. I think it's really fun. It has kind of a 60s vibe, and I think it's really great. I like the sharp collar as well. And then this is a blouse from Saint Laurent. Sorry, I did take French. Sometimes I lose control of my pronunciation. You can see this blouse has a tie at the neck. It's shown here without it being tied, but you can see that it's there, and so this could be quite a formal blouse. I like this colorway. I don't know if it's necessarily the right one for me. It might be a little warm. I think I'm a little cooler than this one, but I love the scale of the print. I love that they're showing this one with these red leather pants. I think it's very cool, and I'm inspired by this blouse very much. And just to show you what I have in my closet, to kind of show you why I feel like this is a hole in my closet. These are 3 blouses that really look drab in this lighting that I have, but these are 3 good blouses that feel like they're on kind of the style spectrum of the before times. So I have a sheer black silk blouse from The Fold with this kind of gathered collar. This one I'm still going to wear. You can see there's a cuff detail that matches the neck detail. It comes with a black cami, but you can wear any kind of cami underneath it. Very pretty, but it also, is missing that sharp collar detail. I have a navy blue blouse from Joie. This one is a few years old. It's probably close to 7 years old. This is definitely a blouse that was designed to be worn over some sort of, visible cami with skinny jeans and knee boots. This feels very Pinterest 2016. And I think it's a great blouse. I'll continue to wear it. I think I can keep it looking pretty fresh, but it definitely feels like a blouse from the before times. And then finally, I have this sort of scarf front detail ivory blouse, also from the Fold. This is also silk. This is a beautiful blouse. I've worn it for some headshots and to special events. I don't know anymore how much cream is my color. As I'm letting my hair come in as gray, I'm finding that cream is turning out to be not the best color for me. So there's nothing wrong with this blouse at all, and I will continue to wear it, probably under a blazer or something like that to help control it, but I think I won't be buying any more ivory blouses in my life. This might be my last one. So that's what I'm looking for. I'll check in with you if you're interested in the future about what I end up prowling and striking on and adding to my collection. But I really like setting some kind of guardrails for my shopping. Otherwise, I can get sucked in and end up buying things I regret. All of these practices that I have currently are to keep me in line, so I'm making smart buying choices and building a wardrobe I really love, rather than, wasting my money and crowding my closet with things I won't ever wear. I've been there. Have you been there? Anyway, I hope this is interesting to you. Let me know what you're shopping for this season. Have you noticed the styles are changing? Are there any styles that are coming in right now that you're really excited about? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much, and I hope you guys are all having great weeks. Talk soon.